Do you think your CS is more fun than Valorant thing, but taken out of context is using articles? I mean, like maybe slightly. I said it in a way that like I think mechanically CS is superior, but I think Valorant is very cool. But I think that the abilities are still too strong, and that they should like somehow like limit the amount of like abilities or ults per game to make it more gunplay oriented. I think I think it's like majority abilities at the moment, and then gunplay is like an added thing. That's the way I view the game at the moment, and I think if they did tone down the abilities a bit, it'd be good. But I don't think Valorant will ever surpass CS for me, like in terms of fun or mechanics, just because that game has infinitely better movement, infinitely better gunplay. It's just way more satisfying. Like for example, in CS, you could like do like a 5-man spray down if they're like in Dust 2 B tunnels, and it's because you have good spray control. But in Valorant, it's like, oh, I'm holding down split B, and there's 2 classics, and I have a rifle. It's like, oh shit, now I have to be kind of scared because I can just get 2-tapped. Those are like the things. I think it's like kind of like I don't know. Like for me, I'm the biggest hater of RNG. I absolutely hate RNG in video games. But yeah, I do think Valorant has some good stuff, but I don't know. I think the game is, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I do think it's like way more heavily leaned towards casual play. And I always felt like the RNG in CS was like in a cool spot where like if something happens, you would like actually like freak out about it. But in Valorant, it's like if something happens, you just get frustrated because it happens so much. Like it'll happen where like someone like will be spraying at you and they accidentally hit their mouse wheel and then they jump, but because they jump, like that bullet just hit your head, or someone decided they wanted to jump with the right click and a double headshot you for like 156 and 2, or I don't know, someone just decided they wanted to run spray the corner and just first bulleted you on the headshot. It happens way too much in this game that it's like not funny RNG. It's more like fucked up. Like it's more of like, oh my, like holy fuck, I actually play this game. I don't know. No, okay. I don't think this game is not bad. It's not bad at all. Everyone has their different stuff. I'm more of like a fucking, I just like being able to fine tune shit and always feel like I'm getting better mechanically. Whereas Valorant, I'm getting better mechanically. I feel like you just get lucky and the game is just like very weird. I don't know explain it. I just think they did a wrong approach for gunplay in my opinion. Because at the end, Valorant is an FPS, but the first person shooter part of the game shouldn't feel inconsistent or not fun at times. Bad take. But if someone could say I have a bad take or someone could disagree with me, that's up to their personal preference. Everyone likes different stuff, right? For example, the way that I view it is someone in CS, like for example, when I played FPL in CS, and I was still like a pro player, like I wasn't fucking terrible, but like if I played against a player like Simple, I would actually get full on shit on mechanically. Like he would just hit crazy ass shots, and I would just be like, holy fuck, like he's actually just way better than me. But in this game, I don't ever feel like in a way that someone is just way better mechanically. I think the person that has probably gotten closest to that level is probably ASPAS at the moment, for people that are like just so consistent and so like good at the game. But I feel like it's really, really hard, and like even then you will still have an inconsistent tournament here and there just because of the nature of the game. And it's like impossible to be like fucking 1.4 fucking VLR rating every single tournament because you are the best player. No, it's like you will have a good tournament because sometimes you'll get lucky, or you'll have like a bad tournament and it was just actually unfortunate. You played against some bullshit comp that you never seen before, or something happened in the round. It was like 11-11. Something so unfortunate happened and you barely got like clipped by like a really annoying thing. And yeah, Valorant is definitely programmed in a certain way. There'll be days where you're just, I'm sure a lot of people will feel this. There'll be days where you're frying in Valorant and you're just like, okay, like no one can kill me. And then the next day, like maybe 2 days later, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? I feel like I'm playing the same as the day that I was frying, but I cannot kill anyone at all. And I'm just getting shit on no matter what. That's like where the inconsistencies lie. I mean, that's also why like when I play Valorant, I only like opping. I dislike rifling because opping is the only somewhat consistent thing you can do in this game, because it's just like you hold angle, stop scope, flick fire. It's the only consistent thing that can happen. I think